Hi there, welcome back to Very Good Yoga with Billy. Today's video is going to be a short tutorial on Trikonasana triangle pose. And before we get to triangle pose, I'm going to have you stand up and come into a straddle pose first. So when you come into straddle pose, your legs are out wide and the short edges of the feet are parallel with the short edges of your mat. From your straddle, I'll have you turn your left toes to point straight ahead. And then your back toes turn slightly in and up the mat. So you remember, when we started in straddle, your feet were parallel, but now your back foot is slightly in and up the mat. Part of the reason we do that is so when you bend into your knee, the knee can track over the toe. So if you were to leave your back foot in that straddle setup, the knee would actually go slightly in. Your feet are one leg's distance apart, which is a stronger method, but excuse me, you could go a little bit longer in the feet, which is more of like an Iyengar method. I think wider in the feet is a little bit more challenging. I prefer one leg's distance personally myself. So your inner left thigh rolls forward. So you have external rotation in the front leg and hip. But meanwhile, the back leg is neutral and the right hip turns slightly in. For a long time, I heard the cue, it's like you're between two panes of glass and your hips are squared, but your right hip actually comes in a little bit. It's not like coming forward, but it is going slightly down. Essentially, your back leg is in Tadasana. To come into this fold, hinge at only your left hip. So you'll notice as I move slowly through this, really not much, if anything at all, changes about my upper body. The back hip firms in, again, like you would do in Tadasana pose. And maybe your hand finds your block, or maybe your shin for something a little bit more advanced. Going back to that cue of being between like two planes of glass, right? Your shoulders are sideways, but your right hip still turns slightly down. And if you're looking for something to do with the eyes, look up to your top thumb. So there's a little bit of a twist here. Where the gaze goes, the body goes, and that's going to help get your chest sideways. That being said, make sure that your hand, if you are going on the floor or a block, it goes outside of the foot. I don't like inside of the foot just because it's going to make it a little bit more tricky to keep the shoulders and chest in a good position, and then your butt starts to stick out, right? Your feet press down, your thighs lift up, and then eventually you'll come back up to stand. And that's it. That's your Trikonasana triangle pose. I hope this video was helpful. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe on your way out, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.